You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing St Mirren's shock win. Hello, welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing St Mirren's shock win against Rangers in the Cup yesterday. Not a video I want to do, but I'm going to have to do it. Please think about hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and we'll be on our way. Thank you very much to the people who have subscribed recently, I really appreciate it, means a lot to me. And we'll just get straight into this video, guys. So the game finished, St Mirren 3, Rangers 2, bitterly disappointing result, obviously our first defeat of the season. Not a game you want to be having your first defeat in. I think we all said when Celtic went out of the competition that this was a real chance for us to go and win the tournament. We're now out, and a lot of people are questioning now whether Gerrard has the mentality to take this team to win trophies. I'm not quite hitting the panic stations yet. Yes, it was a really disappointing result, disappointing performance as well, to be honest. I'll quickly talk about how the game went, and then I'll talk a little bit my thoughts on it after the game. We actually started reasonably well, and in the 7th minute we actually took the lead through Connor Goldson. I think Kent tried to cross it, cross got cleared, and it ended up falling to Connor Goldson about midway through their half. And he just went on a wee mazy run, skipped past a couple of challenges and fired in for the edge of the area with his right foot into the bottom corner. Really good tidy finish, and to be honest, Connor Goldson in that first half was the only player willing to actually take on his man. It's quite strange. He had another move on the left hand side where he looked like Ryan Kent just bursting through, almost created another chance for us. And we were doing not too bad. I thought the passing was a little bit slow in the first half, and we weren't really penetrating enough. I think we seemed quite happy just to pass it between our centre backs and not really penetrate enough. And in the 40th minute, Ryan Kent, playing a bit with it in defence, loses the ball, puts pressure on Bassey to try and get back in. Their player, I think it's Connolly, gets in behind, and Bassey just kind of bundles him over. Really awkward challenge. I think he was just trying to get in front of him, but Connolly managed to get in there and in ahead of him, and he just kind of bundled him to the ground. Definite penalty, no complaints about it whatsoever. It was 100% a penalty. If that's Rangers, I'm claiming a penalty all day long. McGrath steps up, takes a penalty. McGregor dives to his right hand side and the ball goes straight down the middle. Decent penalty, and it's 1-1, and that's how the half finished, 1-1, and I'm really disappointed with that. So at half time, a lot of people are panicking on social media and even in the group chat and that, maybe not panicking, but they're saying we need to play better, and I'm like, don't panic lads, it's alright, we're going to win this game, we're going to come out in the second half and we're just going to blow them away in the second half. It just didn't happen. 8 minutes after the restart and they've scored their second goal. Again, it's losing the ball when we've got possession of it. I think it's Leon Balogun tries to play a pass into the middle, completely aimless. They get the ball, and then with a couple of moves it's down the left hand side. Well, they're right but our left. Connolly again beating Bassey for pace. Bassey just couldn't handle him all night long, and the cross comes into Abika. I think it's Connor Goldson gets far too tight to him. He manages to pass it into McGrath. McGrath takes a step away from Arfield, who completely sells himself, and the ball just passes it into the net. It was so simple for him to finish once he got past Arfield. No real blame attached to McGregor, he was completely exposed at that point. As soon as we went 2-1 down, I'm thinking we're going to have to really screw the nut and really try and get ourselves back into this game. And it just didn't happen. I remember sort of 65 minutes into the game thinking we're not going to score here. We were not penetrating enough, the passing wasn't quick enough. It was, again, like this first half, very passive. We wanted to pass around the centre backs and hold it in midfield, and no penetration. I know St Mirren got their tactics spot on, and I will talk about that, but there seemed to be no space for us in the final third whatsoever, and we really just didn't pressure them enough. Surely if we got enough crosses into the box or something, we're going to get a second ball or something's going to give, but we just didn't pressurise at all. Made a couple of changes in the second half. Davis came on, I think others came, I think Defoe came on for Itten, who I thought Itten had a pretty poor game, and we'll talk about him as well, but we just didn't create enough at all. And then 2 minutes to go, we got a free kick which should have been a penalty. Kent was tripped, his foot was on the line, and they were saying in the commentary with the rules and stuff that should have been a penalty. Penalty wasn't given. The referee was again shocking. So steps up Tav to take the free kick. Excellent free kick, just clips the inside of the post. And you think that's really unlucky. It comes back out to Davis. Davis hits a volley into the ground and it bounces over the goalkeeper. 2-2. We're right back in this. There's a wee scuffle when we try and get the ball back in the net, and some of the I was going to say Dunfermline there. Some of the St Mirren players trying to grapple the ball off us. I think maybe just to run down the clock or something. And you expected us getting the equaliser, they'd be a little bit deflated, but no, they went as soon as they took kick-off, they went for us again. Started getting dangerous balls into the box, a couple of crosses, and it resulted in a few corners. There was actually a flurry of corners in that last couple of minutes. And in the 92nd minute, unfortunately, they got a corner. Comes in, McGregor punches it away, but it doesn't go quite that far. And they managed to get a second phase of play. Cross comes in, they get a free header. McGregor makes a brilliant save, but unfortunately can't hold on to it, and it drops right to McCarthy, and he's got a simple tap in just into the roof of the net. Very simple finish from them. The defending all night was really poor, but that in particular was just horrendous defending. And it finished 3-2 to them. Well, I assume it did. I turned it off as soon as that goal went in because I just couldn't bear watching that anymore. I have heard since that it was full time and they did actually win, so I didn't dream that or anything. That did actually happen. In terms of man of the match, no one deserved it whatsoever. I thought Goldson in the first maybe 20 minutes was our best player, but apart from that we really just stopped playing, and it's real disappointing. So no man of the match. If you can somehow muster up one, then feel free to put it in the comments. So my thoughts on the game overall, really disappointed. A little bit happier now, looking at it. I think alright, we've still got the league and that to go for, but by no means after this result is the league over, by the way. We could quite easily let that go at our heads and drop points against Motherwell, which we'll talk about in another video. I'll do a video for that tomorrow. But yeah, we kind of let it get to our heads. We just have to keep going. Really disappointing. A lot of people on social media saying, oh, we didn't win that cup anyway. Of course we did. We wanted to win it. We want to win every single game, whether it's a friendly or a cup quarter final like this. We want to win every game, and we want to win every competition that we're in, and unfortunately we're out. So I'm bitterly disappointed with that. Some of the comments I seen on Facebook and social media yesterday were just ridiculous. Ranging from blaming the retro kit because it's the first time we'd used it. That was apparently the reason we got beat. Blaming the referee because he was a second choice referee. Just some bizarre excuses. Gerrard picked the wrong team. He shouldn't have changed this, he shouldn't have changed that. This guy shouldn't have played, that guy shouldn't have played, he should have played. Other ones, oh, we really missed Morelos tonight. Well, but a couple of games ago you're just saying he needs a chance out. It needs a chance. What's going on with that? I honestly believe we did miss Alfredo Morelos, but I do believe he needs a couple of games off himself. For me, Itten wasn't the answer. I would have played Defoe in there. We've got a natural goal scorer and we might have just got something from it. I think Gerrard has admitted that he made a couple of mistakes in terms of his selection and his tactics and stuff, but listen, hats off to St Mirren, and it's actually the first time I've said it in this video. They were excellent. They didn't play fantastic football, but they were up for it. They scrapped for everything. Their shape was brilliant. They just didn't give us any space whatsoever. They blocked off the channels. We couldn't get down either side, which we normally do. Even when Connor Goldson's pinging the long balls over, they dealt with it so comfortably. There was nobody getting in there. And to be honest, I can't remember in the second half being in their final third much. I think Eton had a chance at one point, which was well saved, and apart from that, and apart from the goal, we didn't really create anything. And I could tell with about half an hour to go that we weren't going to create anything and we weren't going to score because of how passive we were being. Very negative, and it's disappointing. Definitely our worst display of the season. It's definitely worse than the Livingston game. Definitely worse than the defending in the Hibs game. Yeah, really poor, disappointing, but we have to move on from it. Got a game coming up on Saturday which is a must-win game, and we go again. So I'm just going to wrap the video up now, guys. I tried to make it quick, but the more I started talking about the game, the more angry I got and the more things I wanted to say about it. So I'm just going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching if you made it to this point. And as I always say, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.